We say them every day without a second thought. I'll turn a blind eye. Stop beating around the bush. You spilled the beans. But have you ever wondered where these strange expressions actually come from? Idioms are the secret sauce of any language. They don't make much literal sense, and that's exactly what makes them interesting. Today, we'll explore 7 English idioms with origins so unusual. They sound like urban legends, but most of them are real. Let's dive in. Turn a blind eye is the first one. The meaning is to deliberately ignore something. Example, the manager turned a blind eye to the rule breaking. This idiom is commonly linked to British Admiral Horatio Nelson. During the Battle of Copenhagen in 1801, Nelson was second in command under Admiral Hyde Parker. At one point, Parker signaled Nelson to retreat. But Nelson, who was blind in one eye, supposedly lifted his telescope to that blind eye and said, "I really do not see the signal," and kept on attacking. The move paid off. His boldness helped win the battle, and his quip became legendary. Whether or not those were his exact words, the story stuck. And so did the phrase. The idiom under the weather. The meaning, feeling sick or unwell. Example, I'm feeling under the weather today. This idiom likely comes from sailors. When crew members felt ill during storms or rough seas, they were sent below deck literally under the weather to recover. An alternative theory says that in ship logs, bad weather often coincided with reports of sickness, reinforcing the connection. Either way, this nautical phrase sailed straight into everyday English. Beat around the bush. The meaning, to avoid saying something directly. Example, stop beating around the bush and get to the point. This phrase comes from medieval bird hunting. The hunters used assistants to beat the bushes, flushing out birds for the main event. In other words, the action around the bush happened before the actual goal of catching the birds. So if someone is beating around the bush, they're delaying or avoiding what really matters. Read the Riot Act. The meaning, to scold someone harshly, usually as a warning. Example, after we missed the deadline, the boss read us the Riot Act. This isn't just a metaphor. It was once a real legal requirement, passed in 1714. The British Riot Act allowed authorities to break up gatherings of 12 or more people. A magistrate would literally stand before an unruly crowd and read aloud a specific passage from the Riot Act, demanding that people disperse immediately. If they didn't comply within an hour, they could legally be arrested or forcibly removed. The phrasing was formal and severe. Our sovereign lord the king charges and commands all persons being assembled to depart immediately. So, to read the Riot Act is to issue a stern, no-nonsense warning with historical weight behind it. Spill the beans. The meaning, to reveal a secret. Example, she accidentally spilled the beans about the surprise party. This one likely dates back to ancient Greece. In some voting procedures, participants would place a white or black bean in a jar. White meant yes, black meant no. If someone knocked over the container and the bean spilled, the secret results were revealed. Another theory says it came from American clubs in the 1800s, where secret ballots were done using beans. Either way, spilling the beans meant letting confidential information slip out, often by accident. The proof is in the pudding. The meaning, you won't know if something's good until you try it. Example, this new app might be amazing, but the proof is in the pudding. This phrase is a shortened, modern version of the original British idiom, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Back in the day, proof meant test, and pudding wasn't a sweet dessert, it was a meat-based dish filled with all sorts of questionable ingredients. The only way to know if it was good, taste it. So today, it means the result is the real test. Don't judge until you see how it works in practice. In the bag. The meaning, assure success. Example, we're leading by 20 points. We have this game in the bag. This idiom has a weirdly sporty origin. In 1916, the New York Giants baseball team went on a 26-game winning streak. At the start of each game, they brought a bag with 72 baseballs onto the field. If they were winning by the final inning, someone would carry the bag off the field, symbolizing that the win was secured. It was superstition, but it stuck. Ever since, in the bag has meant that victory is nearly guaranteed. These idioms are more than just quirky phrases. They're little windows into history, from naval battles to baseball superstition, ancient Greek politics to British law. And we use them every day, often without even realizing how strange or specific they really are. So next time you turn a blind eye or feel under the weather, remember, language is full of stories. You just have to know where to look. If you enjoyed this dive into the hidden world of idioms, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know in the comments which idiom surprised you the most. Or do you have one in your language with a wild origin? Thanks for watching, and remember, the proof is in the pudding.